What's up, guys? NBA talk. We got to talk about the Spurs thing. Obviously, that's one of the biggest things talked about in the NBA. Besides the Cavaliers, we all mention it. The comments from last video, we people mention it. Um, Kawhi Leonard, Spurs is not looking good. Um, it's been reports that they're disconnected. That's the word that's being sent. Like they're disconnected. They don't communicate with each other. It's over the dealing with Kawhi Leonard's injury. To have him in the starting lineup and off the bench, it's weird though. You would think that Popovich would be involved in this, but it doesn't seem like Popovich is the one causing this. Like, obviously, no one really has a problem with Popovich. Everybody's cool with Popovich. But you don't, and you also don't hear anything about Popovich either. Like, he's like, it seems like he's out of this situation. For what we know, from what I'm hearing, is that he's not in this situation right now. It's just between Kawhi Leonard and the upper entourage. You know, the office, GMs, presidents, the owner. Like, it's sort of that way. Um, is not looking good. And for the last hour or so since my last video, it seems to be getting worse. People are telling me is getting a little bit serious because people are starting to get involved. Reporters, analysts are just trying to figure out what's going on, and yeah, it is not looking good. And people are suggesting that I think it was Jalen Rose said it on ESPN First Take that Kawhi Leonard could be out of San Antonio, which is a big shocker. Like, oh my God, that's a big shocker. If you cannot lose him, I don't care if he's under contract. I have to look back to see if he's under contract for a few more years. I would keep his ass in the contract. I would not let him. I would not trade him, even if he requested it. And I know that's a big deal. You want to give the guy his rights to leave, but like, damn, that's your franchise player. That's your guy moving forward. Obviously, it hasn't been good for the last couple of years since they won the championship in 2014. Kawhi Leonard being the big reason why, how he guarded LeBron James when he was the Miami Heat, played absolutely well. It's been a few years. Tim Duncan gone, retired. Tony Parker on his last legs. Ginobili out the door pretty soon, probably by the end of this year or after his contract is finished. Um, yeah, is this roster has been messed up for Kawhi Leonard to lead too, and I've been saying this for years. I have been saying this for like a year or two ago. They need to start building a squad, a young, tough squad, because to have to rely on Tony Parker and Ginobili all the time, and I blame the higher ups. Like, you have yet to put a team around Kawhi Leonard now. You haven't even thought of doing so. Of course, you have Popovich trying to put in Murray in a starting lineup because it was announced that Tony Parker will be coming off the bench, which is an absolutely good thing. I've been saying that for a year or two ago. Like, he's too injury prone. He needs to take the back seat and have someone up in front. Murray, young player, he could do things. Yeah, it's a problem. It might end up being so that Kawhi Leonard might end up leaving, but he doesn't seem like the person. He's quiet. He really inherited the Spurs mentality, which is no personality whatsoever. Tim Duncan was that. Like, you get nothing from him. You don't get nothing from anybody. Like, everybody's just down, laid back, no real expression whatsoever. They're just like straight up to the point, just like Popovich, the Popovich effect. That's why I feel about it. It's weird because he's the quietest person like we've ever seen as a player. Like, you don't get nothing from him. He just let his play do the talking. This is a tough position because you're trying to fight for a championship. You're one of the top players, top teams in the league still, even with a roster that you have. You have LA, LaMarcus Aldridge playing the best Spurs basketball of his career. Like, this is his best looking since he came to the Spurs. Putting up 20 points, a couple rebounds, block shots, doing both, all over, do everything, basically. But he cannot do it by himself, and he has been known to wet the bed in the playoff time. So, you have to do something. And I've been, like I said, I'm going to keep saying again, I've been saying this for years. You have to put a roster. You should have done this long time ago. You should have started building up. You had Jonathan Simmons that could have helped out, and he was a veteran, so to speak, a couple years in, but he was battle ready. And you could have used him in there, but you couldn't keep him. You couldn't keep a lot of players. Like, you have to start building this young talent to get fresher legs, so to speak. So that's all I have to say right now, because this will be a bad thing moving forward. The future of the Spurs hangs in the balance, because you don't know how long Popovich is going to stay as a coach. Because once he's gone, like, shit's going to hit the fan. Like, seriously bad. So, that's it. Peace.